So you're probably at home and you're stuck with like a lot of toilet paper and hand sanitizer. But me, I only got 3 rolls left. Anyways, I'm not really thinking about toilet paper right now. I'm thinking about chicken tortilla soup. Yes, chicken tortilla soup. Why am I thinking about chicken tortilla soup? It's like Mexican pho. What? It's a little bit spicy. It's a little spicy, way. Jalapeno, cilantro, queso fresco, and chicken stock. No, but seriously, this chicken tortilla soup I'm about to take you on, we're going on a journey to my kitchen. Let's go.
So any good cook, chef, person will tell you that to make good soup, you gotta have some good stock. So we're gonna make some. So we'll need some carrots, some celery, just rough chop it all, it doesn't have to be all fancy. Onions, maybe like 32 onions, no, just 2 onions. So watch me break this chicken down in like 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. See, all done. All right, cool. So we got our chicken broken down, we got our meat and our bones separated. It is time to make some stock. So we got our stock going. Now we're gonna work on our soup base. I'm gonna start by charring 3 tomatillos, and you'll char them by just setting them over your burner if you have a gas stove. If you don't have a gas stove, then maybe you should click another video. No, I'm just kidding. Just use your what's it called, the broiler, and just stick them under there. They probably won't get like black, but they'll get roasted. They'll be nice. So I've got some 1 onion, 3 poblanos, and 1 tomato. Also gonna char those up. Get those nice and charred. Charred. Crispy. So you want to make sure you're turning your vegetables pretty frequently, or else they'll like start to overburn, over crisp. Tomato will probably get done the fastest. The tomato will get done the fastest. My vegetables are starting to get done. I'm just placing them in a little glass bowl, and I'm gonna place some plastic wrap over the top of them. So as the heat from the vegetables tries to escape, they're actually just gonna steam them and help release the skin, that charred skin off of our vegetables, so it'll make it easier to peel. Little quick tip: we've got our roasted poblanos that we roasted earlier. They've chilled off, and I've just got like a water bath, and I'm just peeling the skin off. Honestly, it's just coming right off, and I'll de-seed that, dice it up, and set aside. And I'm just do that with all the vegetables. Once you got all your vegetables done, you should be good to go. So to season our chicken up, I'm just gonna use some salt, kosher to be exact, some freshly cracked black pepper, and I'm gonna use a combination of cumin, paprika, and chili powder. And I just used about 1 tablespoon of each of those spices. Mix those together and lightly sprinkle on top of your chicken. Preheat a cast iron grill skillet on high heat. Add about a tablespoon of oil, and we're gonna let that heat up. Obviously it wasn't hot enough, so yeah, I'm gonna start over. There we go. Look at that smoke. Now it's ready. Look. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, that's gonna help us get a nice crust, nice sear on the chicken. So that's what we want. So I'll just add 1 piece at a time. Let that cook for like 5 minutes on one side. Let me get a nice sear. All right, so these are starting to look nice and brown, as you can see. Ooh, look at that sear. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. Give that a little flip. Remember, your thighs might cook a little bit faster than your chicken breast, so just be conscious of that. And we're just gonna let that go for another 5 minutes. So you're gonna turn the heat down low and let those finish cooking up. All right, so those tenders are done. You're done as well. And then there were the two breastises. All right, so let's check my chicken. Let's see if my chicken ready. Is my chicken ready? So we're good. We're at 163. So I'm gonna call that good. So now I've got my chicken on a wire rack ready to cool, and we're just gonna let that cool down for a little bit. In the meantime, go wash your hands. All right, so now I'm gonna add some butter to my pan, about 2 tablespoons. Let that melt down. 2 cloves of garlic. Then I'm gonna add in my peppers, onions, give that a nice stir. I'm gonna add your roasted tomatillos and tomatoes. Bring that on high to boil. And 1 heaping tablespoon of tomato paste. Bow! Pop, 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 pop. Salt. Pepper. Peppa Pig. Paprika powder. Paprika, not paprika powder. This is a tad bit of chili powder. Aincy weensy. Come on, cumin. Teaspoon of cumin. Mix that up. Lime juice. We want to cook this down nice and slow. Look at that. So I wish you could smell what I'm smelling right now. But you can't because you're on the other side of a TV screen watching my video. Cook it down. Okay? Let that cook and caramelize for about 5 to 10 minutes. So at this point, what I would normally do in this situation, I would take half of this mixture and blend it to get like a puree, and then add it back and then keep cooking it. But I broke my blender yesterday. I'm pretty bummed out about that. If anyone has a blender that they would like to donate to this video, that would be great. You're awesome. God bless you. I need a blender. Vitamix, preferably. Amazon. Also, Vitamix, if you're watching this video, feel free to send me one of your beautiful Vitamixes, and I will gladly be your product placement slave. So we've been letting this go for about 10 minutes, and our tomatoes, our peppers, our roasted tomatillos cooked down nicely. Look at that, it's just beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so now we're ready to add our stock. I've got this janky looking, this doesn't even have a handle. So if you want to donate one of those two, that would be great. Also on Amazon. I'll just have this to strain off all the fat from my stock. And you're just gonna bring that up to a boil. Bring it to a boil. All right, so for our chicken, just go ahead and pull it by hand, or if you want to use a fork, that's fine, or you just want to throw it in a mixer with a paddle attachment and just shred it up, that's fine too. Whatever your heart desires. Me, I like big chunks of chicken, of meat in my soup. So look at that beautifully shredded meat. So scrumptious. So that now that our soup has come to a boil, we're gonna reduce the heat to medium and let it simmer for 30 to 45 minutes. We're gonna season it, taste, and add in our meat. And then we're ready for some soup. Some chicken tortilla soup. So you're probably thinking, he's gonna make his own tortillas. Psych! These are pre-store bought. These are amazing. These tortillas, bro. So just slice them up real thin. Nothing fancy here. Little julienne. And if you're feeling a little traditional, we can just chop you up some tortilla strips or tortilla chips. Tortilla chips. If you want some tortilla chips. Voila. So I'm gonna heat my oil up to about like 400 degrees. These are gonna cook really, really fast. So just drop them in there, give them a little stir. They're gonna brown up real quick. Ooh, these are starting to look really good. And we're just gonna drain them off, any excess oil, and set them off to the side in a bowl that's lined with some paper towels or just a few napkins. And bam, we're right back into it with our tortilla chips. Same thing, monitor your heat, make sure they look good, turn them, make sure they're not sticking together. So to make these tortilla chips extra bomb and delicious and addictive, we're gonna add some tasty, zingy, lemon garlic seasoning on top of those. Just a little sprinkle. Bro, hear that crunch? Do you hear that crunch? Bro, I can just eat these all day. So I'm slicing up my avocado. Be careful not to cut your fingers off. And just have it like that. Take a knife, pop out the seed, and take a small knife and just run a line through it up and down. So for my cheese, I'm using queso fresco. It's a light, white, crumbly cheese. It's real soft, salty. It's really good. It's delicious, especially with any Mexican dish. And look at these awful knife skills. You see that? I can't even correctly cut a jalapeno. There we go. That's better. Look at that. Oh man, it's so good. All right, so now we're gonna add a little bit of cilantro. That's a lot of cilantro. Some jalapeno. A little bit of queso fresco. Well, you know, a couple of limes for garnish because we fancy. Avocados. And last but certainly not least, our homemade tortilla chips that aren't actually homemade. We just deep fried some store-bought ones. Look at that. Look at that soap. Look at that Mexican pho.